Pregnancy actually does sort of affect the woman's body in many ways. It's not only just the hormones but also the weight gain through pregnancy. So I think the first thing we need to understand is there is a healthy weight gain that a woman can actually put through pregnancy. If they're already obese or overweight, they need to have a certain restricted weight gain through pregnancy, and that's something we determine in the beginning itself. So having put on a healthy weight with the regular sort of lifestyle that is required through pregnancy in order to achieve optimal outcomes, right? If that's the case, then a woman who's either had a normal delivery or a cesarean section could get back to sort of exercise, gentle exercises initially within just about 6 weeks later, right? So 6 weeks is when a woman's body comes back to its normal sort of self, right? So the uterus sort of, which was so expanded, comes back to its original shape, and all the hormones are back to normal. She might even start having her first periods if she's not exclusively breastfeeding. So 6 weeks is the general sort of ballpark sort of time. But having said that, and it's important that they have a couple of checks in the postpartum period, one at around 7 to 10 days after, one in certain women at 2 weeks, and the final one at 6 weeks, right? And that's when we check to see how they've been coping with various things, including their, let's say, diet. Because there's so many cultures in India, and they're so diverse, and there are cultures in which they restrict water completely. They restrict iron-rich foods. They just give certain kind of, let's say, laddus and gond laddus, which do not actually become very balanced, right? So if she's already weak, if she's anemic, and she's not, sort of had the right kind of nutrition, you force her to exercise, that's going to be detrimental. So if she's had the right kind of nutrition through her postnatal period, then we can slowly start exercise, giving her some recommendations. And even before that, we need to make sure that the healing has completely occurred and there is no divarication of recti. What we mean by divarication or diastasis is there are two strips of rectus muscles, and because of the pregnancy, they become sort of wide apart. So if that wide apart sort of distance increases, and that's called diastasis of recti, if that's still there, then if they start exercising, then they're more likely to have a little bit of a loose belly and the intestinal contents coming out, causing more distress, right? So in terms of that has to be assessed, and I think there's some muscle groups which have to be focused upon, right? The one is the glutes, the abdominals, and the pelvic muscles, right? So other than the general sort of workout, they need to focus more on strength training of these group of muscles.